right, ladies and gentlemen, we're reviewing for our quiz, writing exponential functions. You guys have a graph on yours that looks similar to this, and you have a bunch of points highlighted. You've got 118, you've got, oops, got 118, 2, 6, 3, 2, and so on. Okay? So all you're going to do is you see this graph, you're going to pick what? You're going to pick two problems. You're going to pick, for example, I would pick what? Maybe 118 and 2, 6. Okay? And then it's just like the problems we were just doing. This is actually going to disappear for a second because my computer is weird. All right. So we've got 118 and 2, 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is label it. X and Y, X and Y. Okay? My second step is I'm going to make two equations. So I'm going to plug it into y equals ab to the x. 18 equals a b to the first. And then 6 equals a b squared. My next step is to do what?
You gotta divide.
Nope. First you gotta, well, you're dividing, yes, because we're getting what alone?
A.
Thank you. You're getting a alone, so we divide by b to the first. So 18 over b to the first equals a. And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to divide by b squared. And I get 6 over b squared equals a, and then what do? Set them equal to each other. Substitute. 18b to the first equals 6b squared. Then what do, ladies and gentlemen? What comes next? Cross multiply. I'm not sure why anybody's not writing this down. This is going to be on your quiz. So I'm going to cross multiply. And I get 18b squared equals 6b to the first. Now we have to solve for b. And in order to solve for b for this, what do I need to do? Divide. So I'm going to divide by b first, divide by b first. These cancel, and I'm left with 18. What is 2 minus 1? B squared minus 1. B to the first equals 6. And then I'm going to divide by 18. And I get b equals 1/3. Now I'm going to take b and I'm going to plug it back into one of my original equations. Scroll up here. I'm going to say, for example, how about this one? 18 divided by 1 divided by 3 equals a. Now I know it looks funny, Miss Parley, but you can. But if you just put this in parentheses correctly, you're going to come up with the right answer when we divide by a fraction. 18 divided by 1 divided by 3 gives us 54. You could do the whole 18 times 3 over 1, because when you're dividing by a fraction, you flip the second one. But we get 54 equals a, so our equation is y equals 54 times 1/3 x. Do you have any questions about this? All right, let's look at an easier one. From way back. Okay, we're looking at A equals 2, A equals 2, and then our point is 2 comma 50. This is number 2 on your paper. So we remember that all of these we have to do y equals ab to the x, correct? Well, we've got our a already, and we know that this is x and y. So I know I'm not following the steps for if you have 2 points. I'm following the steps for if I have a point. So I'm going to plug this in. 50 equals a times b to the x, which is 2. Okay? Divide by 2. Do you guys remember doing this? Sort of. 25 equals b squared. Then what do? You square root it. That's how you get rid of a squared. And you get 5 equals b. And then we plug that back in. So we have y equals a, which is 2, times 5 to the x. So you guys thought that was a log problem before we did the 2 points, huh? So much easier. Okay, we're going to do another one where we've got 2 points. You guys ready? No? Okay. I'll wait. Okay, let's do number 3. One and 6, 2 and 18. Okay. So let's have some people volunteer. Raise your hand if you can tell me what my next step is. Raise your hand. Thank you, Asia. What do? Label. So I've got x and y. I've got x and y. Somebody raise their hand and tell me what the next step is. Yes. Miss Page. Put it into the equation. Y equals ab to the x is always our equation. So I'm going to go 6 equals ab to the first. And I've got 18 equals ab squared. Not sure why we're talking while I'm talking, but if we could stop, that would be great. Okay, can somebody raise their hand and tell me the third step? Nobody else knows the third step. Alexis? Excuse me? Get a alone. So I'm going to divide both sides by b to the first. And I get 6 over b to the first equals a for my first equation. For my second equation, I'm going to divide by b squared. And I get 18 over b squared equals a. What is my next step, ladies and gentlemen? Please raise your hand. Next step. Yes, Michael? Before we cross multiply, we substitute, but you're right, then we'll cross multiply. 6 over b to the first equals 18b squared, and just like Michael said, we're going to cross multiply. So we get 6b squared equals 18b to the first. What do I do now, ladies and gentlemen? We got to solve for b, and in order to do that, we're gonna divide. We're gonna get rid of b to the first from both sides. These cancel, and 6, 2 minus 1 gives me b equals 18. Now I'm gonna divide by 6, and b just equals 3. Didn't have to square root anything. Now we're going to go back and we're going to stick this in the original. We're going to stick this in the original equation. So we're going to take 3 and we're going to put it in to this equation. We're going to go 6 over 3 equals A. So 2 equals A, and then we can plug that all in. Y equals 2 times 3 to the x. So right here, that's my final answer. All right, now we get to turn it over and look at the back, guys. Okay, I believe there was a mistake on yours. I don't know if I put most of them in there. But it should say -1, 10, and 1, 2.25. Okay. So, just like the last one, we're going to do it the same exact way. Our first step is to label. Our second step is to put it in the equation. 10 equals A, B to the -1, and 2.25 equals A, B to the 1. My next step is to get A by itself. Oops. I'm going to divide by B to the -1. What's wrong, guys? Yep. 10 over B to the -1 equals A. Divide by B to the first. Divide by B to the first. I get, I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's like on a delay. B to the first. So I get 2.25 over B to the first equals A. It's really weird. Okay. So now what am I going to do? Set them equal to each other. I really hope we're writing this down. If we have questions, we ask them. 10 over B to the -1 equals 2.25 over B to the first. Then I'm going to cross multiply. 10b to the first equals 2.25 b to the -1. Now what do I do, ladies and gentlemen? Divide those b's, yep. I'm going to divide by b to the negative first, divide by b to the negative first. These cancel. 1 minus the -1 gives me 2. Okay. Now what am I going to do? I got to get b alone. So you're going to divide. B squared equals 0.225. And then what is my last step to get b alone? Square root. Good, because we have a 2, so we're square rooting. Ugh. And I get approximately, I get a crazy number. But so we're going to say approximately, which is when we get the squiggles. Go like this. That means approximately 0.48. Okay. Then we're going to take that b and we're going to scroll up. We're going to take 0.48 and we're going to plug it in here. Let's do it to b to the first. So we have 2.25 over 0.48 equals a. So 2.25 divided by 0.48 gives us 0.467 approximately. So we're going to get, let's round up to 0.47. We don't need more than 2 decimal points. So 0.47 equals A. So I get Y